Tonight, still filing in. The president's lead shrinks in key battleground states, what it means as election week continues.
And moving to distance learning. Superior students move out of the classroom and into online learning.
And 2 years later, after a man vanished without a trace in the Nemadji forest, the family holds out hope. Their plea for help.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Baki.
And I'm Anthony Matt. Thanks for joining us. A senior administration official tells CBS News the president may not concede the election if Joe Biden declares victory.
The race for the White House hinges on just a handful of states where the ballot counting continues. CBS News correspondent Natalie Brand is in Washington with more.
In his first address since election night, the president took no questions, but again made false claims about mail-in ballots, and he alleged voter fraud without giving evidence.
If you count the legal votes, I easily win. If you count the illegal votes, they can try to steal the election from us.
The president referenced battleground states where his lead has narrowed, including Georgia and Pennsylvania.
It's very close in Pennsylvania, right? There's no question. And so that means it's going to take longer to actually see who the winner is. We have very strong processes in place that make sure that voting integrity and security are constantly followed by every county in the state.
Election officials from coast to coast are defending the integrity of the vote counting process, even as the Trump campaign presses forward with legal challenges.
We are not aware of any improper ballots that are being processed.
As the vote counting continues, the focus remains on several key states that remain razor thin. Democratic challenger Joe Biden called a news conference earlier to call for every vote to be counted, but expressed continued confidence in the eventual outcome.
We have no doubt that when the count is finished, Senator Harris and I will be declared the winners.
A Biden campaign official called the president's comments Thursday night desperate and baseless.
A Georgia court dismissed a Trump campaign lawsuit over absentee ballots, and in Michigan, a judge denied the campaign's request to halt ballot counting.
And as the dust of the election settles, Michigan's governor is calling for unity. At a news conference today, Democratic Governor Gretchen Whitmer discussed the record-breaking amount of voters the state saw this year. More than 5.5 million people voted in Michigan's presidential election, the most ever and the highest percentage of voting-age residents to cast a ballot in 60 years. The only general election in the past 72 years with a larger turnout was 1960. Now the governor is urging people to come together.
Democracy is a team sport, and here in Michigan, we worked hard to ensure that the outcome of the election was determined by the will of the people of our great state. And the people have spoken. And with the election behind us, now is the time for us to find common ground and come together.
Governor Whitmer said fighting the coronavirus must be a team sport, and it's time for both the state and country to find common ground.
Wisconsin Election Commission officials released preliminary voter turnout numbers today, and Wisconsinites broke some records. They show more than 3.2 million people cast a ballot in the presidential election. This smashes the previous record from 2012, where 3 million people voted. Wisconsin has more than 4 million people who are old enough to vote. This means 72% of all eligible voters cast a ballot this year. That number also comes close to a record. In 2004, Wisconsin saw 73% of eligible voters take part in the election. As far as absentee ballots this year, almost 2 million of those were cast. Wisconsin saw roughly 10,000 people apply for same-day voter registration. Despite these numbers, Election Commission officials say they have received many questions from voters about why their ballot status on the My Vote Wisconsin website does not reflect their ballot was counted yet. They want to ensure all voters updating the electronic systems takes time.
As allowed by state law, it can take up to 45 days for local clerks to record paper registrations into the electronic system. So please do not worry if you don't see your participation recorded right away.
Despite the Trump campaign's calling for a recount in Wisconsin, election officials say they have not received an official request. They say technically the campaign can't file a request until after the canvassing process is finished, but said they are prepared should they receive one.
The city of Duluth also saw some massive turnout on this election. According to city reps, slightly more than 80% of registered voters cast a ballot. That's almost 50,000 people. They say some precincts saw more than 90% turnout.
New numbers in a very tight Minnesota House race on the Iron Range show a new candidate on top. Representative Julie Sandstead, a DFLer, is now leading that race for the District 6A seat. But as of 9:30 tonight, only 50 votes separate her from the Republican challenger, Rob Farnsworth. Until this afternoon, it was Farnsworth who was ahead by just 47 votes. The change comes after more absentee ballots were processed today. We're told they'll still be counting ballots through Tuesday. As it stands right now, the slim margin is still within the state's threshold for an automatic recount.
And Dave's here for our first look at the weather. Dave, another beautiful day out there today.
Yeah, and we're going to recount the forecast for tomorrow. It'll be warmer than normal again, like it has been for the past week. Today we took a step backwards a little bit temperature-wise, and our high temps were still warmer than normal. The normal's only 42, but it wasn't quite as toasty as yesterday. 53 was the top temp for International Falls, 57 for Hibbing, 60 in Hermantown, and 61 in Superior. The hot spot today, Watersmeet, Michigan at 65 degrees. Tomorrow the range may go more towards 65 to even 75. So the warm spell is going to continue, and that's again a good part thanks to sunshine coming in from high air pressure, keeping the clouds at bay. Overnight tonight the clouds will stage a counterattack, but should be put down again come tomorrow from the high, but it won't stay that way forever. By Saturday we do start to cloud up again. So our Friday forecast may be the last sunny one for a couple of days, but not the last warm one. For the head of the lakes, we'll top out at 65 tomorrow, and it may stay warmer than normal through Sunday, even Monday. Tuesday, though, is a day of reckoning. Normal weather returns. I'll talk about how cold that's going to be in a few more minutes.
Thanks, Dave. Superior schools are moving to entirely distance learning after more students and staff were exposed to COVID-19 at school. CBS3's Kendall Jarbo explains how the district is preparing to support students during the change.
Superior school districts started the school year with hybrid learning, but announced a big change Wednesday.
Closing school is a big decision, and we don't take it lightly.
In the last week, school officials saw an increase of students and staff either testing positive for COVID-19 or staying home due to possible exposure.
That paired with the rate being so high in our community, we felt it was important at this point we moved to the virtual model.
Superintendent Amy Starzecki is confident about the virtual model, saying it's been improved since the spring.
Much work was done over the summer months to prepare for more rigor in the virtual model.
Starzecki hopes students avoid gathering in groups while distance learning, so their efforts pay off.
The reason we're going to virtual learning is to really stop large groups of students from coming to campus to try to reduce the spread.
The district is currently deciding how to provide students with food and mental health services during this uncertain time.
Virtual learning starts for Superior students on Monday and will continue until at least November 30th. In the coming weeks, school officials will reevaluate the COVID numbers and determine whether they'll return to some in-person learning this semester.
Nearly $2 million is being distributed to schools in St. Louis County to help keep staff and students safe during the pandemic. The $1.8 million in federal dollars will go to 12 public school districts and 2 charter schools. The money will help the schools with financial impacts related to the pandemic, including purchasing PPE, cleaning, social distancing needs, and more. Schools were able to submit requests for what they need, and the funds are divided accordingly. We have a list of the schools receiving the funding on our website.
At Monday's City Council meeting, councilors will consider allocating federal CARES Act dollars and other funding to establish a long-term warming center on Duluth's west side. St. Louis County reported an 18% increase in people experiencing homelessness from July 2019 to July of 2020. Councilors Renee Van Nett and Roz Randorf introduced the idea. They say the pandemic has disproportionately impacted the area's homeless population. Still early in the planning stages, there's no price tag yet, and an exact location is still up in the air, but the Lincoln Park Community Center is being discussed.
Superior is celebrating the completion of a project more than a decade in the making. The city officially opened the Bear Creek Trail today. It took more than 10 years of planning and 2 years of construction. The 2.25-mile trail stretches from Bear Creek Park to Wisconsin Point Road. It includes boardwalks, timber crossings, and bridges. Organizers say they're proud of the work put in to make it happen.
This is really a very unique, first of all, location and also a unique trail. It's the first time the parks crew has tackled what was at times seemingly an unsurmountable project, but just nailed it.
The trail also gives hikers and bikers access to Wisconsin Point without having to cross Moccasin Mike Road.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, it's been 2 years since a Twin Cities man disappeared in the Nemadji Forest. Find out the family's message to others next.
Record high temp for today is 70 from 2016. Getting a little dyslexic there, it seems. Today, well, we only made it to 60, but that's still warmer than normal. There's a slight chance we could approach the record come tomorrow as the warm spell continues. We'll talk about for how long that trend will stick around, if you'll stick around until after this break.
Live, local, CBS 3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, Anthony Matt, Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live, local, CBS 3.
The Kelly Clarkson Show right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
From the kennel to the coop, whatever the season, Fleet Farm has everything to keep your animals happy and healthy. Whether you're getting them through the winter season, mastering those retrieval skills season, or wondering who takes care of who season. There's a reason people say, if Fleet Farm doesn't have it, you don't need it, because we have it all. Fleet Farm, built for real life.
Welcome to Medical Insight, a weekly healthcare feature brought to you by the experts at Essentia Health. Here's your host, Louis St. George.
Today on Medical Insight, Essentia Health physical therapist Jared Eichhoff discusses blood flow restriction therapy, which stimulates muscle growth and strength gain by reducing oxygen delivery to muscle cells.
We more or less put a cuff either on the arm or the leg, and what it does is it pumps up and restricts blood to and from the limb, and you just work out with that on. We get strength benefits and muscle mass gains sooner in the rehab process with less weight. So in essence, a patient doesn't need to lift as much weight when they have the cuff on to get the same benefits as if they were lifting heavy. You can lift 40 pounds and get the same benefit as lifting 200 pounds without the cuff on.
Blood flow restriction therapy is versatile. It can be used by athletes looking to supplement their training or by post-surgical patients who want to get stronger faster while still respecting the rehab process.
So somebody with a knee replacement, they can come in, the 3 or 4 days after their knee replacement, and the leg really doesn't want to work that well, doesn't want to push against heavy weight, they don't like walking, squatting, things like that. We can put that cuff on and still do a really light exercise, and they're getting that much more benefit. We also see a lot of non-surgical patients as well, people who maybe have torn a rotator cuff muscle in their shoulder, but don't want to have surgery. We can use this cuff and they can still lift really light weight to not stress the shoulder, but get all the benefits of lifting heavy. Somebody with an ACL reconstruction, from that day that they start therapy to the day they can go back to sport, we're just shortening that time frame up significantly by using this.
For Medical Insight, I'm Louis St. George.
To learn more about this and other health topics, visit essentiahealth.org/medicalinsight.
CBS 3 weather is brought to you by Lulich Implement. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Most folks have been enjoying this warm spell. There's a couple of holdouts that wish real winter would start coming our way, but for a lot of us, it's been a nice break here in November to get out and enjoy nature. And of course, nature's been enjoying this warm weather as well. Hard to see, but there's a grouse camouflaged in there just underneath. You can see there's the eye and the beak and the bird itself right there. Of course, we always know they're there when you step a little bit too close and they go brrr and take off away from you. Well, this warm spell will finally take off and fly away from us by Tuesday. But until then, we're going to stay warmer than normal, including tomorrow, which should be warmer than normal, with a fair dose of sunshine. Clouds, though, just might return to our sky as early as Saturday, which will set us up for a precip chance beginning on Sunday. And of course, we'll tell you more about that in just a bit. But here we go, setting the stage with the current conditions from Duluth Airport. 55 degrees. Relative humidity is 43%. The wind is southerly southwesterly, 16 miles per hour. And our air pressure is a notch on the higher side, still at 29.94 inches of mercury, although it's coming down just enough to allow some clouds to try to creep up above us. Those shouldn't last too long, though. I think they'll be gone again tomorrow, and we get one more sunny day. Current temperatures all over the board here, down to 36 in Watersmeet, but still 46 in Ironwood. And Wisconsin numbers run from 38 in Superior to 52 in Solon Springs and Ashland and Hayward in between. Low 50s for Moose Lake, mid 50s towards Proctor, into the upper 30s for some places on the North Shore, and still around the 50s here for many Iron Range towns and border country as well. Low temps tonight likely will be in the lower 40s for most places, discounting a couple of places that just might pop into the 30s. Even the 30s is a little bit warmer than normal for right now. And here's those clouds trying to come in here tonight. They're associated with the tail end of a low pressure system that just grazed us with a cold front earlier today, and that's why we had only 60 rather than 70. Well, I don't think we're going to see any of these showers even hit the ground here. They're more virga, falling aloft and then re-evaporating before touching the ground. And again, tomorrow the high pressure should reassert itself for one more sunny and warm day. But the change will begin on Saturday as this low pressure system gets closer, and it'll increase clouds on Saturday. By Sunday, we have a chance for some rain showers, and for Monday and Tuesday, a chance for a bit of a rain and snow mix as temperatures cool behind the low pressure system, cooling down into the 30s. So 60s and 70s tomorrow will give way to the 30s by Tuesday. So now we take a look at the forecast tonight in Minnesota, where the low temps should be in the upper 30s to even the mid to upper 40s right by the lake. Into Wisconsin and Michigan, the temperatures there will be in the low to mid 40s for the most part. And then for tomorrow, mostly sunny sky, high temps 67 to 72 in Wisconsin and the UP, and about 60 up north to 70 down south in Minnesota. But now we take a look at the extended forecast, which shows a cloudier day on Saturday. And then for Sunday, there comes the shower chance, probably late in the day, just a 30% shot. 50% chance for a mix on Monday, 40% chance for flurries on Tuesday, and there go the warm temperatures. Back come the 30s. And 34, 35 degrees, Tony, will actually be about 5 degrees cooler than normal.
Okay. Couple more days of summer hanging on in November. Feels weird to say that.
Yeah, and then get ready to pay the price.
Well, it's that time of year. Thanks, Dave. It's been 2 years since a Twin Cities man disappeared in the Nemadji Forest south of Duluth while deer hunting. His family is still looking for answers.
CBS3's Natalie Grant shares their message to other hunters as they enter the woods this weekend.
2 years ago, Lee Peltier and a small group ventured out into the Nemadji Forest in Pine County for the deer hunting opener.
I think they intentionally separated. One was going to go down below and one up on a ridge and flush out any deer that happened to be down by the pond. And he was never seen again.
Since his disappearance in 2018, Lee's family has been working with volunteers and local police to try to piece together what happened that day.
Searching for the last couple of years and we haven't found anything. No clue, no rifle, no boots, no cell phone, nothing.
The Nemadji Forest spans more than 90,000 acres, and without any indications of Lee's whereabouts, it makes finding him that much more difficult.
So without knowing which direction to look, it's kind of been impossible. It's a needle in a haystack, literally.
With the Minnesota deer opener just days away, Megan and her family are asking hunters to keep an eye out for anything unusual.
Maybe just even on the lookout for anything colorful that sticks out to you in the woods, or just be aware of, if you're stumbling upon anything under your feet, just to know that something's out there. And any clue we can get would be amazing.
Hoping to take advantage of the warmer temperatures and bring him home before the snow covers the ground again.
Megan says her dad was wearing an orange jacket, camo pants, and was carrying a rifle that day. We reached out to the Pine County Sheriff's Office today for an update on this case. They say the investigation is still open and they are taking any tips that come their way.
Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, Minnesota has reported record high COVID-19 cases for the third straight day. We'll have updated information coming up right after the break.
CBS 3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
Ready, set, internet. Extreme has the speed and price to get you online fast. Stop waiting and get going for as low as $19.99 a month for a year with speeds from 60 meg up to 1 gig. Powerful in-home Wi-Fi and 99.99% network reliability. Extreme has what you need to stay ahead and stay on track. Hurry and get Extreme Internet for as low as $19.99 a month for 1 year. Dial 844-EXTREME2.
Donating plasma is an easy way to earn up to $400 a month as a new donor while saving lives. That's right. Every donation you make helps patients in need survive and thrive. Returning donors also see monthly bonus payouts and I Give rewards points. Go to CSLplasma.com to learn more about plasma donation. CSL Plasma. Good for you, great for life.
What they call a snow day, we call a work day. And the resume I leave behind is nothing but clean pavement. That's why I stay prepared for all the depths of winter with a plow that won't back down from a little overtime and takes care of business beyond 9 to 5 and then 5 to 9 without skipping a beat. A plow you'd call a real MVP, the kind only Western builds to get more jobs done faster.
Get your snowplow from the experts at JM Auto Service. We are Western Snowplow headquarters.
Snow piles up quickly. Remove it just as quickly with Kubota subcompact and compact tractors. Our #1 selling tractors are built to take on winter with front and rear mount snow blowers, blades, and rotary sweepers. Get select Kubota subcompact or compact tractors for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months and save $1,100 plus no payments for 90 days. See your local Kubota dealer today.
No one serves you better than Lulich Implement.
So, you made it all the way up to the North Pole?
Yep, and the South. But I need good Medicare coverage so I can keep exploring.
Well, we have Medicare Advantage plans. Some starting at $0 a month.
Can I find them online?
Yeah, absolutely. Or you can give us a call.
Sounds good.
Well, our stop is just up ahead.
So that was the shortest ride I think I've ever been on.
Yeah, quarantine legs. Gotta work those muscles back up.
Watch Jeopardy! At 4:30, followed by CBS 3 Live at 5 on Live Local CBS 3.
Get your new Toro snowblower from Duluth Lawn and Sport.
You work hard for your money and deserve to see it go the extra mile. Join us Wednesday mornings and hear from local experts on tips to better manage your finances in Eye on Money on Live Local CBS 3. Brought to you by MPPL Financial.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
Minnesota has reported record high COVID-19 cases for the third straight day. The Minnesota Department of Health reported nearly 3,400 new coronavirus cases and 25 deaths today. The state now has had nearly 165,000 total cases and more than 2,500 total deaths since the start of the pandemic. The 7-day rolling average of daily new cases in Minnesota has nearly doubled in the past 2 weeks at more than 3,000.
Wisconsin's chief health officer quit today as COVID-19 continues to run rampant across the state. In a letter, she wrote her work has been difficult and she has accepted another job so she can focus on her own health. This as today's number of new cases approached 6,000 and was just 17 cases shy of the daily record, which was set yesterday. 38 more people have died. The Wisconsin Hospital Association reported more than 1,700 people are hospitalized, including 360 in intensive care.
Still ahead in sports, how the UMD women's hockey team has been using their voices for change. Kelly Hinseth has a story coming up next.
Season 2 is
The
here.
Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
Their price, $30,000. Your price,
$20. Can you tell the difference? Even expert jewelers have a difficult time distinguishing the diamond Z4 CZ from mined diamonds because of their similarity. This exquisite ring features a flawless simulated diamond center stone of 2 3/4 carats, surrounded by over 1 1/4 carats of round and tapered flawless baguettes. One jewelry industry professional marveled at their beauty and brilliance.
It's exceedingly rare to see such flawless stones.
He's right. Comparable solitaires made of diamonds can cost up to $30,000. Your price through this special invitation will be only $20. And for a limited time, you can also receive this beautiful band with 1.92 carats of diamond Z4s. Get both CZ rings totaling over an astounding 6 carats for $20. So call or click now.
Call 1-800-577-5801 to get your Diamond Z4. Call now or go to diamondz4.com. So call 1-800-577-5801. Call now.
Prime Appliance, the first with Black Friday pricing all month long during our Black November sale. To save you money and shop normal hours. In today's world, other merchants will follow our lead. What a concept, savings and convenience. Save big on our in-stock high-end counter-depth Fisher & Paykel refrigerators starting now at just $13.99. We also have small upright and chest freezers in a limited quantity starting at just $2.19. Prime Appliances Black November sales, the best place to save on appliances.
Support our local Duluth restaurants and treat yourself. Get a $5 bonus gift card with every $25 gift card purchased. November 8th through the 15th. See our expanded list of wonderful local restaurants at downtownduluth.com.
Fond du Lac Casino is having a sock drive. Now through December 15th, bring in a new unopened package of 3 or more socks to the Fond du Lac Casino Players Club, and you'll receive $5 in club cash. All the socks collected will be given to a charitable organization and distributed to families in need. For more information, stop by the Players Club or log on to fondduluthcasino.com. The sock drive is a great way to give back to the community while you
have a great time out at Fond du Lac.
Easy Own has high-definition and ultra-high-definition TVs on sale this November. Get 50% off your down payment on TV packages that include TV, surround sound system, and entertainment center. You can also add a fireplace insert to your entertainment center to make your viewing warm and cozy. These fireplaces have multiple brightness settings, full temperature control, and automatic timer. Get the things you want with payments you can afford at Easy Own, 3909 Grand Avenue, Duluth.
You work hard for your money and deserve to see it go the extra mile. Join us Wednesday mornings and hear from local experts on tips to better manage your finances in Eye on Money on live local CBS3. Brought to you by MPPL Financial.
The WCHA regular season schedule and return to play plan is expected to drop in the coming days, meaning UMD women's hockey will finally have their eyes on games and dates. Now, during that downtime, though, the team has led some pretty big initiatives off the ice when it comes to social justice, as well as encouraging people to go out and vote. I had the chance to sit down earlier today with captains Ashton Bell, Kenzie Revering, and Anna Klein.
What have you learned about yourselves as individuals, maybe not just as like hockey players through this time?
There's just such bigger problems and issues to be aware of. And sometimes when you're in your little hockey bubble with your team and playing hockey and doing everything you love and everything's great, you don't see those struggles and stuff sometimes. There's bigger things than me and what I want to do and stuff.
All right, let's chat about that, because UMD women's hockey has been very adamant about this is what our stance is on Black Lives Matter. This is how we want to have an impact. Voting. You guys have been very, very adamant about that. You're all nodding your heads. Is that something that all of you have really dove into?
For the Black Lives Matter stuff, it was actually really cool. Our team took a big initiative towards that, and it was cool to make the statement together as a team. And we also talked to our commissioner, Jen Flowers, and she gave us a lot of advice and spoke really well about it. But I live close to the cities too, so that was where a lot of stuff was going down, and being in the middle of that, it was definitely interesting to see, and it makes me think about how privileged I am, really.
A lot of us weren't as educated on both the voting and Black Lives Matter, those situations, so I think we all really took the time to get educated and feel comfortable putting out a statement, because we do kind of know what's going on a little bit now. And with voting too, we talked about women haven't been able to, or have only been able to vote since 1920, and we're we're all strong females. Like, let's use that. That's a waste if you don't take that chance to vote.
The coaches did a really good job this summer, making sure that we were educated on the Black Lives Matter topic, making sure we're doing our thing to get more educated on it. And then this was like beginning of school year, we participated in the silent protest here at Duluth. So that was like definitely out of my comfort zone. I've never been like a part of anything like that. So that was really cool.
You guys have been really well spoken for yourselves. And why do you think that is?
I think it's because of our powerful female leaders that we have. Like Jen Flowers we've had multiple meetings with her, and she's unreal. Like, she's just so powerful, and she's ready to make a difference.
I think our coaches are very good about all that kind of stuff and want to make a change too, especially like Maura. She's like a big advocate for that kind of stuff. So
do you think when you leave UMD, I mean, this may be a cliche question, do you think you'll be more shaped as a person or as a hockey player?
Person and hockey player, but person.
Our coaches are like so good about not just hockey, like building strong women and like get like our whole personality. They care about that. They care about school, and it's actually really cool to have them in the leadership position for our team.
Yeah. The team is expected to learn their return to play plan and schedule tomorrow. That's going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health Pharmacies, keeping things safe, simple, and convenient through mail, local delivery, drive-through, and curbside pickup services.
I will always be ready
for every storm and disaster that threatens my community. I will always be there to protect my neighbors and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Are you a veteran and a homeowner? Then think Streamline and maybe save yourself hundreds of dollars every month on your mortgage. A VA Streamline refinance is just for veterans and lowers your mortgage rate so you can save on mortgage payments every month, every year. And it's easy to qualify. You don't need pay stubs, a W-2, bank statements, or a home appraisal. And mortgage rates now are very low. Veteran and homeowner? Call 888-327-6866.
We've been helping families make joy for over 100 years, and we're not taking this year off. So the Ford Built for the Holiday sales event begins now. We're giving you the best deals of the season on select Ford SUVs and Ford Fusion. So get the family together and make some joy this season. Ford, Built for the Holidays. Now get over $5,750 in total cash on an Explorer. That's over $5,750 only at your Northland Ford dealers.
Here at locally owned Adolphson Real Estate, we have 24 highly efficient licensed sales associates with many years of real estate experience, ready to help you find your dream home, office, you name it, with no extra fees. Call us today to get started working with any one of our amazing team here at Adolphson Real Estate.
What do you get when you add care from Essentia Health and coverage from UCare? Essentia Care, now available for a more affordable price. Essentia Care's Medicare Advantage plans have premiums that start at $0 per month in select counties. You'll be able to see your Essentia Health provider at our 15 hospitals and 71 clinics. Plus, Essentia Care plans allow you the freedom to see any provider who accepts Medicare. Compare and shop plans at ucare.org/EssentiaCare.
Moving to mornings, obviously, with Jenna, I had worked weekends with her, and it was great. We're always there to be able to still joke around, still have that personality, but still obviously bring the news, the weather.
Caitlin has been there since day one when I first started at CBS3, and she's super knowledgeable about meteorology. She loves it, and she's so interested in teaching other people things about it as well. And I just think we're such a good pair for that reason.
Watch Jenna and Caitlin in the morning at 5 and 6 a.m. on CBS3.
Well, I know this is the case for us, at least. Election Day leaving us with a little extra stress in our lives.
It's the Super Bowl for news,
It sure is, yeah.
Well, some people believe that comfort food is a good way to deal with stress. We did have pizza, lots of pizza that night. According to Google, searches for fries and liquor stores saw huge spikes on Election Day. People also search for pizza, Chinese food, sushi, and Mexican food. Maybe they just wanted easily deliverable food so they didn't have to leave the house, but many people are pointing to a different explanation. They say people are using comfort food and booze to ease their election anxiety.
Okay.
Hopefully, when it's all said and done, jogging trails near me will top the search list. I can personally say, I don't think so. I prefer French fries.
Yeah,
but...
French fries and booze and, I don't know, some cheesy tacos. I don't know, it sounds better to me than jogging trails. Boring. All right, Dave, it would be some nice jogging weather tomorrow, though, huh?
Yeah, though some of us are hoping for vintage snowmobile weather.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll come next week, but for the next couple of days, our warm spell continues. Here's a quick look at the almanac, which shows our normal high temperature is 42 degrees. Boy, we haven't been that cool in a while, and we won't be tomorrow either. Mid-60s to about 70 for Friday, then cloudier and 60 Saturday, then 65 Sunday, but we do cool down as we get to Tuesday, back into the 30s. Real November-style weather comes to call.
Thanks for joining us.
Have a great night.